Well, good morning, and welcome to this week's episode of Monday Motivation. My name's Jenny Kovacs, and I'm nicknamed the Queen of Being Seen because you being visible, being seen, and being heard is why I get out of bed in the mornings, especially at 7 a.m. So if you're one of the usual crowd, do say hello. Type a comment or a question in the box below. But if you're new to this is one of the first times you've seen one of these Monday motivations, then by all means, again, say hi. And if you're feeling a little bit shy, that's okay. There's a couple of ways that you can take part. You can watch, you can react, so thumbs up, love heart, shocked face, funny face, or anything else in between if there's something that I'm saying and you're like, what's this all about? But the thing that I'd love you to do most is I get up on a Monday morning fired up for my week, really excited, really wanting to go out there and just let the world have it really. But I know, even from sitting on commuter trains when I go into the city, there are people that are kind of sat there and they're dreading going into work because of the subject that I'm going to speak about today. Now, these people are going to work, they'll term it, they won't say, I've got a presentation to give today. They'll be saying, I've got a really important meeting today. Now, that meeting, if they're going to work, hi Ivona, thank you for saying hi. It might be an important meeting they have to attend where they need to be very influential. It might be a decision-making meeting. It could be an appraisal. But for a majority of the people that I work with, they're either in senior management, own their own businesses or companies, and there'll be a decision or something that will be made at the end of it. Now, the reason that I'm covering this topic is it's that the decision might need to be made by them, or they might be presenting something where a decision needs to be made by the people listening. So I thought, what better way to start the Monday, whether you've got something that's today, this week, next month, because we're nearly in February already, what better way to start than sharing some ways to get motivated to do that kind of thing. Because the thing that I know from speaking to my clients is that some people approach this and they get really scared. They feel very nervous and they start to go down the rabbit hole of what might not work. And then I have other people that they feel really excited, and there's a difference obviously between those emotions, but I wanted to be able to talk about which way that they go. So Ian says, hey up, good morning Jenny and everyone else, welcome to a new and awesome week. So I reckon Ian feels pretty much the same as me, and I happen to know, if you're not in the Vibe Tribe, you'll know, you won't know this, but Ian had a pretty good day yesterday. He did something quite amazing, and if you want to find out what that is, just click on the button at the top of the page there and asked to join the Visibility Vibes Tribe, which is a nice safe group. You can put your comments and posts and things in there without the rest of your friends and family knowing, what you're talking about. So it's a nice and gorgeous, juicy space. Loads of really great vibes in there. Well over 700 now. So pop in there and have a look, and you might even get to see what Ian did yesterday. So anyway, I digress. Ivona said she's really looking forward to this week of fun. Oh, so perhaps Ivona will share in the group as well, because it is Monday and it's not just my job to motivate you, but I know your job to motivate yourselves and each other. So under the Monday motivation post that will appear very shortly after this video, do go in and let us know a bit more about why the week is full of fun and what you're going to be doing that's going to make it more fun, what you're implementing, because how you help yourself and often is how you can help others too. So okay, so here are a few things to look out for, to do, and to really kind of get into when you are going to be attending a meeting. It could even be a pitch. It could be something where you want to talk about your products and services, not only in a way that they get, but also in a way that has people really light up about what you're offering. I remember speaking to a presentations client, and this particular client really stuck with me. She was going just to have to give a talk about a subject that she knew inside out and really well. yet she couldn't get past the fact that she, quote unquote, doesn't do speaking in public. Okay. And so I asked her why. And I reckon she would have spent a good 10 minutes telling me all the reasons why she couldn't. So that's the first thing. Whether you're feeling slightly nervous or whether you're feeling excited or whether you're feeling a bit of a crazy mixture of both, look at the reasons why you can, not why you can't. So look at the reasons why you can, not why you can't. If you've been asked to go and give a talk, or you've been invited to a meeting because they've wanted your input, people have wanted your input. They want to hear what you've got to say. You're already on like the first rung of the ladder because they already know what you want and they want you to say it. You know, you've been invited to the meeting for a reason. So to sit there and have thoughts and think, you know what, I'm not really going to share them. I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. Doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't serve yourself, and it doesn't serve the people who are really like waiting to hear what you've got to say. So the tip 2, I would say, is whenever you find yourself in that space, and it's okay to feel a bit nervous if it's kind of like a bit of anticipation, but if you find yourself, like one of my clients once did, so nervous that the night before they bailed out of a presentation that was for their company, then there's something more underlying that you probably need to have a look at. I would call it a root cause, and it doesn't have to be painful. And personally, I don't believe in the methods of like jump or push somebody and force them into it. You know, well, if you don't like presentations, just go out and do it anyway. And the reason for that is because it glosses over the underlying reason. And, you know, you've heard the expression, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I think that sometimes if there is an underlying reason, and that's not addressed, it's a bit like bobbing apples. It can pop up somewhere else. And the other thing that I learned from from holding fears in lots of different areas of my life as I grew up and as I got older was the more, it's like the older I got, the more I embedded those fears, the more I embraced those fears. To the point where we get so great at glossing over bits and pieces of those fears that we can sometimes almost neutralise ourselves from them. They become a fear that we don't even notice anymore, we don't even see. And the problem with that is other people often sense it, see it, and you can't. So there you go, glossing over your stuff, you know, pretending that everything's okay in one area, and people feel it. And I know this to be true, especially in meetings. You know, years ago in financial services, quite often we used to have meetings with the board of directors, you know, the managing director, you know, the CEO and people like that. And it was really important in those meetings. I soon learned that they used to give out information and they used to want us within the meeting to assimilate what we could and at least propose the next best steps. So this comes on to my 3rd tip. If you're in a meeting situation, or, and this often surprises people, if you're the person that's presenting something, you can still present in a way where you get them to listen. Okay, so this is important. If you're presenting your products and services, let's say that you are presenting on how to transform your hair from black hair to royal blue hair. Let's say that's your subject matter. If you go into the meeting, which I reckon 90% of people that I've seen present do, and I have to sit on my hands and sort of like purse my lips not to kind of jump and go, do you realise, you know, and be a Mrs. kind of know-it-all. 90% of people are going to meetings and they'll say something like this: hi, my name's Jenny and I'm the queen of blue hair. So let me tell you what's so fabulous about blue hair. You know, people can spot you in the street at night. It can be a little bit funky. It can change your look. It can make you younger. There's all these great benefits. And for most people with red hair, it costs a gazillion pounds. But when you have blue hair, it only costs £0. And it'll help you to save the equivalent of a cup of coffee every day for a month. And genuinely, okay, I exaggerated that. Genuinely, people will go into a presentation with that kind of vibe, that kind of feeling to it. But what doesn't happen is when you're in that meeting room and or you're given a presentation and you want people to know more about what you're doing, why and how, it doesn't help anybody to understand why you're the person speaking about blue hair. Sorry, I just knocked my screen. It's got a big notification fall down the screen. It doesn't help anyone to understand why they should have the blue hair, what having blue hair will do for them, how to go about at least, you know, the preparations of having the blue hair, and like what benefits will it have to them. Yeah, you've told them that it'll help them to stand out in the daytime and stuff, but what if that's not what they need? So in this tip, I would say get used to listening, get used to finding out. And I do remember that it's somehow, you know, I always joke that I'm nosy by nature, which I really am. I've got the curiosity of a 3-year-old. I'm always asking why. But I seek first to understand than be understood. And if there was one thing that you're going to do to get fired up and excited about the presentation, the meeting, the pitch, or anything else that you're doing, is to find out more about what the person actually needs. There are a couple of ways you can go with that. When you find out what somebody actually needs, you can find out how best you can, you can match their needs. You can find out very quickly whether that need is a good match or not. You can also find out very quickly whether there is more you're going to have to do, whether you're going to have to bespoke something or not. Because in your, area of expertise, you might be a subject matter expert, or you could be the person that is inputting in a meeting. How can you input when you really don't know, what the person or people want? So this is like really, really important. Ask the questions and really listen to the answers. Don't do that thing that many of us have got accustomed to doing, of sitting there and like creating the what am I going to say next so that I look credible, sound credible, and they buy my stuff, or they think of my idea, or they take on my proposal, my plan, or anything else like that. So I hope that's helpful to you. But before I go, just do me a favour. Do share this video on your timeline. I have sat on too many trains, I have sat on too many tubes and seen the looks on people's faces when they know that they've got a meeting or a presentation, maybe they've got to give an appraisal, maybe they have to be appraised, and there's this certain look of, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've got to do this dread. So if you share this on your timeline, your friends and family will see that you shared this, but you never know who needs a little bit of help, a little bit of advice, because a lot of people, if they're feeling anxious about giving a presentation, won't actually say. Thank you so much for joining me this week. There is one more thing you can do, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. Do, if you feel to do it, go over in the Visibility Vibes Tribe and share what's one thing from what I've shared this morning that you can implement, like either today or this week or even during February, that you might not have thought about doing before, or you might not have tried before. So what's one thing that you're going to do as a result of this video? I'd love to hear. I'd also love to hear in the comments below, but just remembering that anything you put in the comments below, everyone else watching the video will be able to see it too. So Ivona's come back and said, explained a bit more about her week of fun, and she said it's all about injecting fun into what she does. Smile, laugh, gratitude, stop stressing over things you can't control. Absolutely. And there's so much more. Ivona, you'll see my red roses just in the back there. I love flowers. I absolutely adore flowers, and I will always, if I see some gorgeous flowers, I'll always be like, oh my gosh, I want them. And 9 times out of 10, I'll put some flowers in my vase so that so that to me is kind of bringing the outside in. If you could see what I was looking at over in the distance there, that injects fun for me too. It reminds me not to take things so seriously, and it reminds me to take a break. I'm still a work in progress, but if that's you, anyone else that's watching this, and you want me to cover a Monday motivation on that, let me know. If there's a subject that you feel that you dread on a Monday moving forward and you'd like me to cover it, just hit the message box up there, send me a message. I'm happy to take requests, happy to cover things that you would really like to hear or see. But until such time, Have a gorgeous morning, have a gorgeous Monday, have a gorgeous week, and enjoy February. And the next time I'll be live on this page will be on Thursday, but I'll actually be live on Wednesday answering your questions over in the Visibility Vibes tribe. So why not join us? Lots of love to you, have a brilliant day, and bye for now.